Alright, we're back with more Great Ace Attorney 2. I think this might be, like, the weirdest title screen ever. I mean, just look at it. It's the frickin' crash site, or the stage where the experiment went wrong. It's like the weirdest title screen I've gotten so far, honestly. Also, something I think I was gonna point out in the last episode, but ended up not doing, is something that's kind of cool is Great Ace Attorney, like, at least in terms of Great Ace Attorney 1, is 10 years old this year. So Great Ace Attorney is 10 years old now. That's so crazy. Like, man, does time fly. And, like, if you think about it, Dual Destinies is 12 years old, and Spirit of Justice is going to be 10 years old next year. It's pretty wild. This just goes to show you how long it's been since we've gotten a new damn Ace Attorney game. It's like, technically the last Great Ace Attorney, like the last Ace Attorney game I think was actually Great Ace Attorney 2. Because I think Great Ace Attorney 2 was 2017, and then we didn't get any more Ace Attorney games after that. It was just all remakes and localizations and stuff. Which, I mean, is cool, but, you know, now Capcom has no excuse not to make a new one, because we have every Ace Attorney game on Steam, except for Professor Layton, I guess, but whatever. Maybe I'll play that one someday, even though I don't know anything about Professor Layton, but you know what? That's probably the best time to learn about Professor Layton is by playing the game that has the Ace Attorney crossover. And then, after that, maybe I could actually play the Professor Layton games and, you know, go down that rabbit hole. I'm saying rabbit hole a lot recently. Hey, it's a good expression, you know? Anyways, should I just blue ball everybody and not examine Van Zeek's? You know what? I'm gonna do that. What a terrible explosion it must have been. Even the steel girders have bucketed and twisted in the blast. And what they called the birdcage was right in the middle of it all, just here. But look, Mr. Naruhodo, the metal grill on the floor. Looks as though it's designed to open. It does, doesn't it? If the floor had opened at the precise moment the explosion occurred, the birdcage could have dropped through and disappeared from sight. I don't think there's any doubt this is a very elaborate hoax, is there? So you're telling... Wait, is this implying that the guy slipped through the crate, or the grating, and he went somewhere else? That's kind of what this implies, actually. Oh, isn't it exhilarating? All this different architecture from all corners of the world? It does make you feel a bit like an explorer, doesn't it? I guess all of this stuff is technically new because Suzuto wasn't here with us before. I know it's all subjective, but the onion-shaped roofs have rather caught my attention personally. Onion-shaped roofs? Well, my girlfriend's gonna like the sound of that. It is very subjective, isn't it? Japanese buildings with their wood and paper construction have excellent ventilation. Yeah, I mean, my room could use good ventilation, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. You know, I've been dying and asking for those frickin' soundproof panels for years. You know, I see all the YouTubers have them, and I feel like they'd help me a little bit. Especially when fucking Snowblower guy decides to come around and be an asshole. And I've realized that British buildings being made from brick and stone are very strong and long-lasting. The more you know about how things are done in other countries, the more you understand your own, I feel. Oh yes, I do agree with you there. But I can't help wondering what an onion does to the roof of a building. I mean, I suppose it's playing my mind because I don't like the taste of onions. Well, you're not my friend then, Ryunosuke, because onions are great, man. You really all let your taste in vegetables dictate your taste in roof, Mr. Naruhodo. How can you not like onions? They're great. They go well in burgers. This wasn't here yesterday. Really? But if I'm not mistaken, it's the cage in which the victim was standing before he was apparently beamed through the air. That's right. The birdcage, according to what Professor Hairbrain said in court, it's made of wood. Or more precisely, Japanese cypress, I think. And despite having been an explosion and falling from a great height, it's relatively unarmed. What wonderfully durable construction, wouldn't you say, Mr. Naruhodo? I'd understood that the forensic investigation team had taken it away yesterday to examine it. Suppose they must have brought it back here when they finished their work. Yeah, it's one way to leave the scene as it was. But sadly not with a body inside it. No, that's right. I know we were given strict instructions not to touch anything, but still. This is too important of a piece of evidence to overlook. We might need it for the trial. Oh, okay, we're just taking it? Well, quote-unquote taking it? Alright, the Ferris wheel. I hear that a ride on a Ferris wheel is a favourite romantic outing among young London couples. I think the romance will be slightly spoiled by the abject terror, personally, but then again, I'm not a Londoner. Are you a little scared of heights, Mr. Naruhodo? It's not that I'm scared, not at all. It's just that staying on the ground seems so much safer. Well, perhaps I shall have to ask Iris and Mr. Sholmes to accompany on it in that case. When you put it like that, part of me does want to give it a try. Oh dear, it's complicated for you, isn't it? Alright, well, just making sure I examine everything. Alright, wait, hang on, is there anything on the floor? No, I think that's it, okay. Well, let's talk to Van Zeeks then. Least approachable man in the world, winner. 10 years in a row. Be strong, Mr. Naruhodo. Your country and your assistant firms stand behind you. Lord Van Zeeks. What? Well, beautiful weather we're having, isn't it? I thought I was making it clear that I did not want to be disturbed. Apparently you Nipponese are unequipped to read the signs. Oh, I read them. So, what are you doing here? Entry to this area is prohibited. Ah, well, the thing is... Lord Chief Justice Strongheart granted us permission to investigate. On the condition that we didn't disturb anything. Well, you're disturbing Van Zeeks, so I guess already. And yet you have managed to disturb me. Ah. Never mind. State your business, then. Come to think of it, there are quite a few things I'd like to ask Lord Van Zeeks about. See, there you go. Not least of which is that awful case, even though it's nothing to do with this. Ask away, Mr. Naruhodo. You won't know unless you try. Alright. I still think that's pretty cool, though, that in these games, sometimes, like, the people that you talk to aren't always, like, in your face. They're just kind of, like, off in the distance. You have to go examine and talk to them. Be like, hey, can you come over here so we can talk? So, Clint. What's the name of your older brother, I understand, Lord Van Zeeks? You Nipponese. I always have to be on guard whenever you're around. So, you've been investigating me, have you? Oh, no, it's not like that. Well, alright, it is a bit like that. Maybe we're a little suspicious. My older brother was also a prosecutor. He was the pride of the Van Zeeks family. But tragically, a vicious killer took him from us. The professor, you mean? Is something funny? That's the extent of what you've discovered, is it? I shouldn't be surprised. Sorry, there's more to it then? Lackluster work is very much your trademark, isn't it? You're too kind. You're gonna tar all Nipponese with the same brush next? So, tell me, what's your interest in this historical incident? As it happens, Lord Van Zeeks, there's a rather curious case that's come to our attention. Are you aware of the Madame Tuspel's Museum of Waxwork by any chance? I am, naturally. I believe that last month I feature in one of the displays here for public scorn. Of course, if it was Reaper the Bailey, we'd have to be exhibited, wouldn't he? Well, a particular waxwork's been stolen from the place and held for ransom. A particular waxwerk? Which? Wait, you mean? Yes, it's the professor. Mr. Sholmes is investigating the case as we speak. That's the thing that's always really interesting about these, like, episodes, is there's always, like, multiple cases in one. I don't know if I noticed that much in the last game, but so far Case 2 and Case 3 have had multiple cases within them. I was unaware of that. He's turned as white as a sheet, implying he was not already. Are the police trying to locate the engineer, Mr. Drebber, already? Certainly, that goes without saying. We're very keen to see him found as well. The trouble is, we don't have much to go on aside from the description of the man we heard in court earlier. Earlier? That's not even part of the accent, bro. Which, according to Professor Hairbrain, was a tall, thin gentleman whose straight white hair and wears a black monocle. So... oh. I thought that was him. So, I was just wondering, I mean, I realize it's probably not possible, but, we very much appreciate any more clues you can give us. Wow, Susato-san really knows how to take the bull by the horns. Fine, why not? I have a photograph of the man here in the investigation 10 years ago. Wow. So it appears he'd already had that black monocle at the time. Why does he look like that one guy from Pokemon Sword and Shield? What was his name? Adrian or something? What? Oh, nothing. I was just surprised that you shared that with us. We all need the man's testimony in court tomorrow, which means we have to do everything we possibly can to track him down in the short time available. So why wouldn't I show you the photograph? What is it about Lord Van Zeeks? Sometimes I just can't work with him at all. Or work him out at all. Okay, well that's fun. Apparently, Drebber has his own theme song. Oh man, I just had that thought. Yeah, what if this masked man is Drebber? That would make so much sense. And it would explain why he's wearing the frickin' cloak. Ah, the file I've requested for the trial tomorrow. Thank you. Are you alright? Who is this man, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh yeah, that's right, she doesn't know yet. Lord Van Zeek's apprentice, apparently. So I'm not the only one. Susato-san can see it too. Lord Van Zeeks? May we speak with your apprentice for a moment? With him? Why? Kazuma-sama! Wait, what? Kazuma? I don't believe it. Holy shit, he spoke. Your posture, your presence, it can only be. It's you, isn't it, Kazuma-sama? No, there's no fucking way. That's Kazuma-sama. I felt something strange the very first time I encountered this cloaked figure. As if I knew him somehow. Can it really be you, Kazuma? There's no fucking way. Mate! Too late. What's going on here? Your apprentice, yeah, that's very... Damn, I was not expecting that. If that's actually true, that's a mind fuck and a half. I thought it was Drebber, honestly. But then he wouldn't be very important for future cases, wouldn't he? What is your interest in my apprentice, exactly? You act as if you know the man or something. Well, Since when has he been in your care? I don't recall you having an apprentice before I left Britain 6 months ago. Lord Strongheart introduced him to me about 3 months ago now, with instructions to mentor him as a prosecutor. But he didn't tell you why, did he? The man appears to be suffering from amnesia. He's forgotten every last detail about himself. Oh, great. Frickin' great. He has amnesia? So if that's actually Kazuma, if we're going off that assumption, then that implies that when he like frickin' hit his head in the ship, he lost his memory? Is that what's happening here? Tomorrow he will appear in court at my side. Oh fuck, really? He is to serve as my judicial assistant on Lord Strongheart's orders. Wow, you get your own judicial assistant? That's crazy. Dude, I think the only other time that's happened in an Ace Attorney game is at the end of Spirit of Justice. That's the only other time that's happened, I think. He'll be in court with us? Now then, unless I'm much mistaken, I believe this conversation has run its course. Oh, yes, thank you. I definitely saw a reaction there. When Shizuto-san called out like that, really seemed to hit a nerve. When she called out Kazuma-sama. Oh, wow. You'd already met that masked man, hadn't you, Mr. Naruto? Yes, yesterday, in fact, at Lord Van Zeek's office. I see. And if Kazuma-sama's really still alive, it means that Mr. Sholmes lied to us. I know. We're going to need to speak with him about that. You're going to have to leave now. The forensic investigation team are due to arrive shortly. If they find you here, it will cause problems. What sort of problems? Foreign affairs problems. Well, we could do without that. Alright, we'll be on our way. Let's go, Mrs. Toe. Of course. Wow, I mean, that didn't really take that long, did it? Oh, hey, girl, what's up? Is there anything to talk about? Oh. Yeah, there is. Gina. We were actually hoping that we can investigate the scene again. Yeah, alright. If it's around here, you can do what you like. Oh, that's alright, is it? Why'd that update? I'm confused. Apparently I can't look around on the stage now because the forensic investigation team are at work. Can't you do anything, Gina? In your capacity as Inspector Lestrade? Look, I'd like to help you out. But I'm just a trainee, ain't I? Ain't nothing I can do. When it suits you, yes. Okay. that was a little interesting interaction. Alright, can we go back to Madame Tuspel's? Is there anything worth investigating here? Maybe? Well, the frickin' arm's gone, that's one thing I noticed. Oh my, no wonder it's called the House of Horrors. I'd like to turn on my head at heels and go straight home, via the confectionery. Being scared makes you crave sweets? Can understand that. I was looking forward to a reunion after 6 months away, but... there's no sign of Mr. Sholmes anywhere. That's strange. He should be here investigating the abduction of the waxwork. Oh well, suppose we'll just have to come back again later. So there's nothing to do here. I mean, I could examine and get the extra dialogue with Shizuto, but can't be arsed, really. Oh, wow. Look at this place. We got a Mr. Moans in the back of the room. And also an owl. I believe this is it. Dr. Scythe's laboratory. That chemical smell really assaults the nose. And there's plenty to assault the eyes in here, too. Looks as though the doctor isn't here. But we're here now, we may as well do some sightseeing, don't you think? What a seasoned tourist he becomes, this Shizuto. We could have just had a little look around, being careful not to upset any restless souls. Oh wow, the lack of music is extremely ominous. Those large jars seem to have pale things floating around inside them. Suppose they're fruit liquors or something. Or like the pickled umebushi plums we have back home. Ah, Father had jars like that in his laboratory as well. I expect they're human organs in a preservation solution, probably as examples of a rare medical condition. Miss Suzuto, there are some things in the world that it's perfectly fine never to know about. Ever. Oh. So as I said, I'm sure they're fruit liquors are umeboshi, aren't they? Of course. Or this toolbox. A table and a set of sharp tools. When you consider each in isolation, it all looks quite innocent. So why is it that when you put them side by side, they seem so horribly disturbing? It might be best not to ponder it too deeply. Seeing the large tome that's open on the desk does make me wonder, though. How could anybody concentrate on bookwork with this acrid odor of chemicals in the air? You either have to cast iron constitution, or a really terrible sense of smell. Yeah, I mean, what if you're, well, hang on. If deaf is not being able to see and deaf is not being able to hear and blindness is not being able to see, then what's the term for not being able to smell? Is there a term for that? You know what? I might as well look that up because that's something I've never actually thought about until now. What is the word for not being able to smell? Is that a real thing? The word for not being able to smell is anosmia. It can be categorized into acquired anosmia, which develops later in life due to respiratory infections, head trauma, or neurodegenerative diseases. Okay. Often people who have loss of smell at birth report that they're pretending to be able to smell as children. Huh. Okay, well, I learned something new today. Apparently, that's what the word is, anosmia. Interesting. Well, not something I was expecting to learn in a Great Ace Attorney episode, but hey, it's cool. Look at this magnificent display case. The cherry wood has been polished to high sheen, and the intricate carving is a joy to behold. Western cabinet makers are really skilled, aren't they? Do you have nothing to say about the skeleton inside, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I was examining the skeleton. Miss Suzuto, can't you tell that I'm trying very hard to avoid talking about the terrifying contents of the case? It's how I cope. I'll be sure to remember that from now on. Well, the owl. That looks like an owl and a crow up there. You could, or you could play the frickin' Metal Gear Solid card and say, no, that's a raven. I know, and they haven't even twitched since we came in here. Well, no, they wouldn't have. They're taxidermy mounts, Mr. Naruhodo. I was afraid you were going to say that. I've been trying very hard not to tell myself they're just sleeping with their eyes open. Yes, I think perhaps you were wise to put something like that in your Daruma doll in the display office instead. Alright, we have a table over here. Look at this big, thick book here. Ah, it appears to be an accounting ledger. It's a record of the forensic investigation team's spending, I think. Oh, wow. Counting? How fun. Oh? What is it? It's clear that the team purchases various equipment and supplies on a monthly basis, but... well, one entry seems rather strange. Really? In what way? They're buying 500 scalpels every month. 500? They must be working really hard on dissecting corpses. I don't know. Judicial autopsies are only carried out in certain special circumstances. And scalpel blades can be sharpened too. It does seem a bit strange, you're right. 500 scalpels a month. What could they be possibly using all them for? Oh, are we done? Oh, is that the lady? What are you doing? That's not the voice I gave her. Sorry, we had something we wanted to ask you, but you weren't here, so... So you thought you'd snoop around? That's acceptable to you people from the East, is it? Well, what do you want? Lord Strongheart told us, you see, that it was you who examined the victim's body. Mr. Asmon's body, I mean. So he came to ask you about your findings. On Lord Strongheart's advice. Well, you can't say no to that, right? Very well. If the Lord Chief Justice has given his consent, I'll tell you what our investigation revealed. But when we're done, you must leave immediately. Alright, well, I mean... Hold up. Look at my armband. Dr. Scythe, would it be good enough to take a look at this? Oh, you think I'm good enough, do you? No, I didn't mean... So I'm not good enough? In that case, why would you show me anything? I feel like giving her, like, the fucking snobby secretary-ass voice, but I don't know how to do that, so it's mostly just gonna sound like my regular voice. Clearly you're too good for me to show you anything again, ever. Well, get ready, guys. We're gonna be doing this for the next, like, however few minutes we're gonna be doing this. Because I need to... Well... What about the crossbow? Is that interesting? Nope. I don't know, I'm just gonna, like, present a bunch of stuff, because... Yeah, why not? I want to see if I get a reaction out of any of these. So far, it's not looking very good. Well, the autopsy report. No, nothing about the autopsy report, even though you did the autopsy, whatever, sure. Do you know anything about this random-ass screwdriver that doesn't belong to you? Yeah, definitely. I definitely know about that. God, I have so many frickin' images. What about Mr. Drebber? Do you know anything about Mr. Drebber? Nope. Her theme song kind of sounds a bit like, Van Zieks' theme a little bit, doesn't it? Okay, I'm gonna assume that I don't need to present anything to her then. Whatever, fuck it. Alright, let's converse about your findings. So, you want to know what the forensic investigation team determined from its examination of the case? Of the scene? The victim, Mr. Odie Asman, who disappeared from the experimentation stage amid an explosion. And the Mr. Asman who appeared moments later partway up the Crystal Tower. Were without question one and the same person. That is the team's conclusion. But that can't be right. If it was an elaborate trick, we could only speculate about how it was carried out. Let's see, if two people who looked very similar to each other were involved, they could have made it appear as if one single person switched places, couldn't they? Very true, but sadly in this instance, that was not the case. The man who disappeared and the man who subsequently reappeared was the same person. The fingerprints at the scene make that quite evident. Ah, fingerprints. They're not yet officially recognized as forensic evidence in the British justice system, but one day they will be used as an investigative aid as a matter of course. Oh my, but that would mean that the instantaneous kinesis actually took place. So where does that leave us? My team was tasked with investigating, not drawing conclusions. Instantaneous kinesis is impossible, and yet the body did move from one place to the other. This hasn't cleared anything up yet at all. It's made the whole thing even more of a mystery. What, is that it? What the fuck? Mama, what is this? Ah, where did she spring from? And did she just call the doctor Mama? This is a lawyer, dear. Oh. Hello. To meet you. Pleased to meet you. Yes, I'm a defense lawyer. Renosuke... Mama. Yes? Can I cut this one up? What? I've never seen inside an Eastern person before. I want to know what it looks like. Of course you can't. It's a live specimen, as you can very well see. Boring. I think... I just had a near-death experience. Oh dear, Mr. Naruhodo, you're as pale as a corpse. Then let's leave before I'm mistaken for one. Yeah, you don't want to end up like that skeleton on the wall, do you? Wait, does she have nothing else to say? So, what are you doing at the moment, Doctor? Keeping a close eye on things, so no impertinent Easterners think they can look around my office. Are there such impertinent Easterners around? How terrible. Yes, you. She doesn't mince her words, Miss Suzuto. I think perhaps it's time we left. Oh. Wow, that was really short-lived, wasn't it? Look at all those bottles on the shelves in this cabinets. What an assortment of chemicals. These ones here are labeled highly toxic. That's worrying, because there are also things that look like salt and pepper shakers in there. Oh yes, and they actually say salt and pepper on them. The doctor probably spends a lot of time in this room, I suppose. Perhaps she has meals here sometimes. Ew. Why would you have meals in the frickin' science department? Life goes on, even when you're surrounded by death. It's like the worst thing you can do is eat fucking food in the science room. Like, goddamn. Even though I did do that a bit in high school, so yeah. All right, should we go back to here? No. Well, where can we go then? imagine if well, I don't know. Maybe I should examine this place again. I don't know. Well, I mean, there's nothing back here now. Ah yes, the heavy curtains in the middle of the House of Horrors. Whatever's on the other side of them, you just know it's going to be terrifying, don't you? The sign says it's the Madam Tuspel's special exhibit. It seems you have to pay extra to go inside. I know. Can you believe that? Pay more money, as if we haven't been scared enough already. It's not my doing, Mr. Naruhodo. Also, I noticed the guard is not here today. There's also something really weird here. Ah, there's a stepladder there, look! Oh, yes, a stepladder. I think perhaps we should let the proprietress know that someone's left it out. The stepladder, I mean. Is something wrong? Why do I feel as though I just managed to sidestep an argument? Oh my god, really? We really made that joke? The frickin' ladder joke? Alright. Well, what about the, I don't know. Maybe we could just go back to the consultancy. Do you know? I honestly thought I might never have the opportunity to return to Great Britain. And certainly not so soon. It's funny, for the past 6 months, I haven't been able to work in court. Meanwhile, you've been raising a storm in the Supreme Court of Judicature back in Japan. Please, Mr. Naruhodo, I may have been dressed as a man, but it was a very reserved performance. So what your father said in his letter about a real takedown is reserved. Well, anyway, I'm back here in this great capital now, and ready to assist you again in any way I can. Thank you, Miss Suzuto. It's my pleasure, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, that was wholesome. But the problem is, I don't know what to do. No, I've hit a roadblock again, bugger. Is Iris chilling here? What? No, she's not here? Oh, folly. Hey, I could examine his Stradivarius again. Nah, I can't be arsed to examine all this crap again, honestly. There's blood all here. What about the prison, then? Nope, there's butt all here too. I don't think I have any new things to present. Well, I have the photograph of Drebber. Oh, nope. Guess not. What about the bird cage? That seems important to you. Okay, so nothing to do here then, I guess. Oh man, I love when this shit happens. I don't think there's anything to do here either, though. Hey, do you know anything about the bird cage? Nope. What about the photograph of Drebber? Do you know anything about that? Nope. She's so happy, though. Oh. About this, Gina. Yeah, I'm still learning me letters at the moment. I only knew A to E, so if it ain't too much bleeding trouble... actually, Gina, it's the back of the card that's important. Eh? How come? There's just a dirty old smudge on the back, that's all. Turns out, there's a very high-quality French machine oil. It has a very particular scent, apparently. You don't say. Let's have a whiff, then. You sure? I don't smell nothing. No, we didn't mean that you should smell it. Oh, right. You mean Toby. Oh, here we go. We're getting something. His scent smells so good he can track people over the oceans, can't he? Professor Hairbrain informs us that the oil is unique to Mr. Drebber's workshop. He's sniffing it. I think he's picked up a scent. So, you mean if he follows the scent of this oil, Toby can lead us to that dodgy cow's workshop? That's right. That's exactly what we were hoping. Alright then, we'll give it a go. I'll just borrow that. Wait, when did you... What's a pickpocket? If I can lend everyone to that Drebber's workshop, I'll be the boss's boss for next week. Oh yes, Gina. I'm sure you'll be promoted. Wow, that's like the most important thing I had to do, and I didn't even do it. Poor Gregson. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere, I think. Right there, now, don't leave it to me. Sorry? We're gonna go after that dodgy engineer cove right this minute. Oh, but hang on. Someone's supposed to be on guard duty here all the time. I'm afraid we can't help. We need to get on with our investigation as well, Gina. Oh, right. Oh well, never mind. Ain't gonna be me what gets in the neck. He'll be the boss. Poor Gregson again. Ray Toby, get that oil scent, have ya? Come on then, boy. See you laters. I do hope the scent of that oil leads them to that swindler's workshop. Yes, I hope so too. Ideally before the dog swims across the channel to France. Well, I think we've done all the investigating we can here for now. If we could just determine the whereabouts of Mr. Drebber. I'm sure Gina and little Toby won't let us down. Now then. Do you think we ought to try to speak with Mr. Sholmes at this point? Oh, now he decides to show up. We have things to discuss and I'm dying to meet with him again after all these months. Yes, quite possible he might know something useful, you're right. We ought to find him at Madame Taspel's. He's supposed to be working there as a temporary waxwork exhibit. I didn't see him, though. Yes, Iris told me all about his latest unusual venture. Okay, so now we can go to Taspel's. Is he just gonna be magically poofed into existence here? Oh my god. That sounds so dumb, but hey, I guess we found him here. Here we are again at the House of Horrors. I'm afraid I haven't gotten used to the place yet. I'd still like to turn on my heels and go straight home, via the confectionery, of course. Susan-san's really after something sweet today, isn't she? What's the matter? Mr. Naruhodo, look at that waxwork. I'm quite sure it wasn't there before. Oh, yeah, there he is. It looks exactly like Mr. Sholmes down to the very last detail. Aha! What is it? Oh, sorry. I think you'll find that's the temporary waxwork himself. Oh, Baddie Witch is back. Ah, the friend of my dedicated employee. Oh, yes, hello again. It's Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I must say, I am quite spellbound by the great detective. He's a marvel. My precious waxwork is already back where it belongs. You don't mean... But the mystery's solved already. Wow, Mr. Sholmes can really engage in his brain when he's hungry enough. So, as you can see, he has returned to his habitual duties. Yes. His habitual duties? He's taking a duty. A law. Do not disturb, huh? Poor Suzuto-san. She looks very perplexed. Rightfully so. First she meets this crazy old witch lady, and now she's seeing, like, Mr. Sholmes all waxed up. Well, he's not waxed at all, actually. And I'm out of tea. Well, it was nice having it while it was lasting. We really do need to speak with Mr. Sholmes, and I'm longing to say hello again. But where is he? He's doing his stupid dance. I think you might find that he's quite nearby, actually. Oh, what are you... Indeed, my dear fellows, it is I! The world-famous great detective in waxwork, Herlock Sholmes. Oh my god. Suzuto-san! She frickin' collapsed. That's crazy. My most humble apologies. I thought I died and gone to eternal paradise for a moment, via London. My dear madam, allow me to make amends by offering you a tasty free deduction at some point. As long as it's not of questionable street food quality. I don't understand. Why are you working as a waxwork here, Mr. Sholmes? Merely a secret identity, you understand? Though the case is largely solved now. Largely solved? We're talking about the waxwork abduction, I presume. Indeed we are, my good fellow. As I predicted, it was as easy as proverbial pie. And I like pie. Though I confess I'm yet to partake of a pie, proverbial or otherwise, or any food so far today for that matter. Why does it sound like a pig? That stomach rumble echoed around the whole museum. Why do all the stomach sounds sound weird? Like, sometimes they sound like angry pigs, and other times they sound like a cat. I don't know. So, how'd you manage to solve it so quickly? Ah, well, do remember that I said it was largely solved. Anyways, I simply negotiated with the culprit. Are you familiar with the so-called telephone? Oh yes, it's a most modern invention, allowing you to hold conversation with people far away. Funny to think that the telephone's brand new here. In Japan, only the imperial capital and a handful of other cities are connected as yet. This morning, a telephone call was received here from the perpetrator of the abduction. As such, I was able to negotiate terms, and in the end, the waxwork was returned. That's amazing. Just between you and I, it would appear the culprit had always intended to return the stolen waxwork in any event. Oh, but I thought whoever was responsible had demanded a ransom, no? Yes. I think perhaps the ransom demand was necessary to avoid unwanted suspicion regarding the true motive. What the hell did they need the waxwork for, then? But does that mean your negotiating was entirely unnecessary? A fact that I must ask you to keep from Madame Tuspel's at all costs. A hungry young Iris awaits my return to Baker Street after all. Poor Iris. Poor Gregson, poor Iris. Everybody's poor now. Now then, do I sense that you have some business with this great waxwick? Yes, we do. But first, let's present a few things. Mr. Sholmes, about this. Oh, yeah, very good. Oh, yeah. He wants the thruppence again. Oh, the Asman. Yes, a fearsome adversary. What? You mean you fought him? Oh, I once infiltrated his criminal organization in order to investigate the man and his activities. But he saw through my disguise instantly. I still remember what the man said to me now. What was it? Whoever saw such a tall old lady? Old lady? Indeed, but my special disguise hasn't seen the light of day since that humiliation. Mrs. Minnacle's retired. Mrs. Minnacle? I'd give my right arm to see that. Is that another frickin' Sherlock Holmes character that I don't know about? Because I found out the other day that Gina Lestrade is based on a character called Inspector Lestrade from Sherlock Holmes. And apparently, the fact that Gina becomes an inspector in this game is a reference to that. So, it's kind of funny, really. So, I don't really know any of the other characters, honestly. It's like Gregson and Lestrade are characters from Sherlock Holmes. And, what else? I don't know, but if there's any other characters, they'll pop up, because there's a lot of characters that are just from, like, olden times. You got, like, the Sherlock Holmes characters. You have Soseki Natsume. He's a real person who made novels just like Sherlock Holmes. And, what else? I don't know. Those are the characters that come to mind immediately, though. We're in the process of trying to track somebody down. Oh? Yes, a man by the name of Drebber. He's the swindler who duped Professor Hairbrain and the engineer who built the kinesis machine. Oh wow, angry book, Suzuto. You don't see that too often. A swindler, an engineer? Quite the modern man. He also seems to be a conjurer of sorts too, with considerable knowledge of stage magic. We really need to locate him before the trial resumes tomorrow morning. But we have so few clues to go on. That's the trouble. Do you have any good ideas? I have no data yet. It is a capital mistake to have good ideas before one has data. If I knew something of the man's appearance, at least, I may be in a better position to help. Yes, Drebber's appearance. Oh, well, we have that. Fortunately for you, however, presently I have little to occupy myself and little to fill my stomach. As soon as you find any clue, no matter how small, I should gladly give you my thoughts on it. Okay, well, I'll do that in a sec. Mr. Sholmes, did you lie to us? My dear Mr. Naruhodo, stay that piercing stare. What is this about? Last winter, when we were first on our way to Britain aboard the steamship. Your words are very clear. So then, let us unravel this mystery, and discover what events led us to this curious matter. You told us that it was murder, and you examined Cosmo-sama's body. Indeed, and wherein lies the problem? We met him earlier today, the victim, Cosmo Asogi. Oh, she's serious. You're quite sure? He was wearing some sort of mask and was apparently suffering from amnesia. But yes, I'm quite sure it was Cosmo-sama. You must have known at the time, Mr. Sholmes, that he wasn't actually dead. I mean, metaphorically speaking, you could say he died because he lost all his memories. Well, I can only assume I was swept up in the murderous atmosphere at the moment. But the fellow wasn't dead at all. Ha! Priceless. I don't suppose that performance would pass muster, would it, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, the music started back up again. I could believe the crewmen present at the time made a mistake. But not you, Mr. Sholmes.
I will now tell you something of the first importance, my dear fellow. Great detectives are wont to lie. It will serve you well to remember that.
Please, Mr. Sholmes.
Tomorrow in court, you'll find yourself on the threshold of a very great mystery. For now, I'm afraid that's all I can say.
But wait, there's more. I have to present this photograph to you. Mr. Sholmes, would you cast your eyes over this photographic print? I like how I presented this to him earlier, and he said, like, no, that's nothing. And then now he's like, oh, wait, that is something. It's of Mr. Drebber, the face of the engineer we seek.
Well, all Englishmen look broadly the same, of course. So, looking at the photograph won't be particularly instructive.
Are you alright, Mr. Sholmes?
Ah, yes, forgive me. Very interesting, this. Very interesting indeed.
What's wrong, Mr. Sholmes? You've turned quite pale all of a sudden. Man, what's with everybody turning fucking pale in this case? There's like 3 pales now.
I have a suggestion, Mr. Arahodo. Will you indulge me?
Oh, well, what is it?
As I explained to you when you arrived, the missing waxwick's been returned, and I personally reinstalled it in the exhibit from which it was taken behind those thick curtains.
Oh, yes, the Professor exhibit, isn't it?
Would you like to see it for me 5 shillings? That's a special one-time only price, you understand?
What?
The opportunity won't come again, I might add. Would you like to see the fruits of my labor?
Oh, well, we do have a rather pressing investigation to carry out. Perhaps we could postpone.
The price is a very reasonable 5 shillings. I think you'll find it was well worth it.
Are you being quite serious, Mr. Sholmes?
Surely you need only look at my expression to ascertain if this is seriousness or silliness.
I can never tell with you, that's the point. Very well, it couldn't hurt. Here's your 5 shillings.
Gratefully received. So, the special exhibit awaits behind the curtain. I invite you to peruse it at your leisure.
Well, the money's been spent, so let's go and see the special exhibit. Wow, how often do you have to pay money in an Ace Attorney case to progress? Through those heavy curtains at last. Well, we'll do that in a sec, because I actually have something I want to talk about. Random thing I found the other day. So, I was, browsing Reddit, as I usually do. And I found a pretty interesting post. I don't know when this post was. It probably doesn't really matter, but, a lot of times on Reddit, people like to do these, elimination contests, and usually I don't give a rat's ass about those. But they're pretty fun to see when they're actually done. And I found an Ace Attorney, I think it was a Great Ace Attorney elimination contest. And you'll never guess who won. It was actually Gina. Gina was the winner of that competition. And everybody was shocked because they thought Sholmes was gonna win because he got second. But no, Gina beat him out, surprisingly. And guess it goes to show you how popular of a character Gina is, because she gets so much character development. I mean, Sholmes doesn't really get as much. He's just a, funny, goofy fellow. But that's why people like him so much. And I don't remember who 3rd place was. I don't remember. I'd have to look at that post again, honestly. But now the problem is it's probably so deep, very deep into my history that I can't find it now. Well, let's see. Can I look at my history? Maybe? I could just type in Reddit. But where? Oh man, here's another problem. I've looked through so many damn Reddit posts that I probably won't be able to find it now. Damn it. Well, that rather stinks. Oh well. I don't know who 3rd place was, but I just know Sholmes and Gina were at the top. So, that's all that really matters, don't it? 5 shillings we've had to pay. Doesn't seem right somehow that Mr. Sholmes slipped money into his own pocket, does it? No. Ah, we could ask Gina to retrieve it for us, using her special skills. Pickpocketing police officers and diddling detectives. Is this what makes Britain great? Diddling detectives. Not to mention demigod prosecutors taking the law into their own hands and chip-loving inspectors. Inspector Gregson comes off rather well in that list, I think. October 23rd. Madam Tuspel's special exhibit. Okay, before I see this, is it dead ass just going to be that long hair guy as a frickin' waxwork? His head's missing! What the shit? Oh dear, I felt the shiver running down my spine as soon as I walked in here. Miss Susato, I say we turn over heels and head straight home, via the really big confectionery. We certainly can't do that. We've paid 5 shillings already. True. Actually, now I'm looking a little more closely. We've paid good money to see an exhibit that's clearly incomplete. The nerve of the great diddling detective's far more terrifying than anything else in this place. Did he return everything but the head? This must be what Mr. Sholmes meant when he said the case was largely solved. Be that as it may, Mr. Sholmes heavily implied there'd be a clue about the engineer in here, didn't he? But where? Since we paid 5 shillings, let's do 5 shillings worth of investigation, shall we? Yes, we'll get what we paid for. Is that fear or frustration that's making Suzuto-san's voice tremble? Some good-ass music. This part of the exhibit is just as disturbing as the rest. It looks so real. Seems to be a young man in a white overcoat. And he has a large shovel in his hand, too. Look. No, that's a spade. Perhaps we should investigate a little more detail. Oh wow, we can examine the entire waxwork? Oh, there's a camera here. What's this here? Well, this would appear to be a lens in the middle, so I believe it's probably a camera. A camera? But it's so small. British technology is incredible, isn't it? I mean, what about Mr. Sholmes' skin prints? I think perhaps you should treat Mr. Sholmes' inventions as exceptions to the rule. But anyway, why would the man be in a graveyard at night with a camera? I wonder. Perhaps he was trying to capture the moment of a dead body coming back as a ghost on film. Yeah, I mean, unless you have I don't think that's gonna work unless you have one of those fancy, cameras that, like, scare ghosts. What's the name of that game? What's the name of the game with the high school girl with the camera? The ghost camera? Fatal Frame, yeah. The Fatal Frame camera. We'll just borrow this for a while, I think. Oh, we just get the camera, okay. By looking at the photographic plate inside the camera, we can see what picture was taken. What's a photographic plate? It's a piece of glass coated in a special emulsion that reacts to the light coming in through the lens. If we open the cover at the back of the camera, we should be able to find it. Let's have a look. You should see yourself, Suzuto-san. Your eyes are shining. You really do like machinery, don't you? Okay, so what about the lantern? That's quite a large lamp the man's carrying. Or is it a lantern? It's not like Japanese chochin paper lantern, actually, is it? Lamp, lantern, chochin. Point is, it casts very little light. To be walking alone in a graveyard at night with only this. Is that why the Pokemon's called Chinchou? Because based on the Chochin lantern? Well, I certainly couldn't do it. I'm not sure I could visit a graveyard at all, even broad daylight, to be honest. I'm sorry, I never made that connection before. What about the hammer? Where's my hammer sound?
Fire! Hammer!
Hammer! I always do the wrong one. I always do fire instead of hammer, and I always do hammer instead of fire. How did I fuck that up? What a large shovel. He's holding it rather ominously, isn't he? What on earth was the man doing with a shovel in the graveyard in the middle of the night? Miss Suzuto, Yes?
That's a spade, isn't it? Oh god, here we go again.
No, it's a shovel.
No, shovel's for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade.
We've been through this, Mr. Naruhodo. It's a shovel.
No. Although, we haven't considered trowels.
We've allowed ourselves to be distracted, I feel. Perhaps we should concentrate on what the man was doing with the implement.
So we're going to bury the hatchet. You're right, though. What was the man doing in the graveyard in the first place? That's the real question. Wait, so that's... Yeah, wait. Where'd the shovel come from? Weird. Anything else to examine? I reckon not. Wait. It says I'm not done examining. Am I stupid? There's gotta be something else I can examine, because not everything was checkmarked. Unless I'm stupid. No, I feel like I examined everything already. But then, why is it not checkmarked is the question. Wait. Oh, I can examine his face. Can't see his face very well, can you? Perhaps if I just...
Oh, do you think you should be manhandling the exhibits, Mr. Naruhodo?
I'll put it back exactly as it was, don't worry. Oh, is that him?
Ah. What on earth? How can...
I don't believe it. A black monocle.
Mr. Naruhodo, is it possible this man is...
Yes. Is that the inspector? Or... Not the inspector. What the it's Drebber. Oh, he looks really different. It's Drebber. The color of his hair's different, but it's unmistakably him. Okay, that's the important thing that I needed. Indeed it is. Oh. Indeed it is! Mr. Sholmes. This man is the subject of your present hunt, I believe.
Yes, that's right. Just who is this man? Why is he here in this exhibit? And why does the convict behind him have no head?
The head was missing when the model was returned by the thief who stole it. Oh, so here's the thing. I thought Mr. Drebber's head was gonna be missing, but no. I'm gonna guess it's like his victim or something. What a surprise. So then, the case isn't yet solved, is it? Did I not say so myself? Largely solved were my words, I believe. But I must locate the missing head tout de suite, as Madame would say, or I'll be in grave trouble. Well, we are in a graveyard. A very hungry iris still awaits my return to Baker Street, preferably with rations.
Do you know, though, something about this room is strange?
Strange? What do you mean?
Well, the displays in the House of Horrors are supposed to depict real events, are they not?
Indeed they are, Miss Yuto. Do go on.
And as terrifying as they are, the scenes in the other exhibits are believable. But this one... This surely couldn't ever really have happened, could it?
Oh, you never know, man. I think it's time I educate you a little about the nature of the incidents involving the professor 10 years ago. Oh, here we go. The resurrecting convict. I believe I told you a little about Professor yesterday, did I not? He took the lives of 5 victims, everyone being either a member of aristocracy or royalty. All were attacked by an enormous hunting hound and had their throats ripped from their bodies.
Oh gosh, an enormous hound? How awful.
After taking the life of his 5th victim, the killer was apprehended. It was a case of unprecedented magnitude in Britain, you understand. Accordingly, the professor was tried in a closed court. No members of the public were permitted.
A closed court? So you mean that the professor's identity...
As you surmise, my dear fellow, his identity was never made public. Naturally, he was found guilty and was summarily sentenced to death by hanging. He was buried in a grave at Lowgate Cemetery, which adjoins the rear of the prison where he'd been held. However, that was not the end of the affair.
Oh.
The very night that he was buried, the convicted man came back to life.
Came back to life?
He clawed his way out of the ground and emerged into the moonlight graveyard. The exhibit here depicts that very scene as described by the sole witness to those chilling events.
There was a witness?
But of course, my dear fellow, it was none other than... young man in the white overcoat.
Enoch Drebber? He saw it happen? He looks very shocked. He's doing like a fucking like Shaggy face. So this is a waxwork model of Enoch Drebber.
10 years ago, the convicted professor, having been gibbeted and buried, emerged from his grave in the dead of night. The sole witness to that unmanageable scene was this young man. From appearances, I would say he was about 20 years old.
It's so horrifying.
Scared out of his wits, the young Drebber ran to a nearby police station to report the incident. And the sheer terror of what he'd seen is said to have turned his hair white overnight.
Yes, as shown in the photograph we have of him, his hair is completely white.
For the following few days, the story of what he'd seen was on every front page in the capital. The public was frantic for every last detail about the killer who'd come back to life. As you've seen, an exhibit was even created here at Madame Tuspel's.
I can quite understand why the man's hair turned white, certainly. But what I don't understand is what Mr. Drebber was doing in there in the first place. In a lonely graveyard in the middle of the night.
Yes, what was he up to?
I don't know, maybe that was his job. Maybe he was working graveyard or something. Quite possible.
The professor's acts of terror threw London's upper classes in a complete panic 10 years ago. It was a great scandal, one might say, at the very highest levels of society. And since the killer's identity was never made public, rumors abounded. After all, no killer had ever before systematically employed a dog as a weapon of murder.
Yes, I can imagine the impact the case must have had.
But in time, of course, the rumors abated. So too did the talking of the shocking witness account of the convict who came back to life. It was forgotten, dismissed as a dubious ghost story, as a preposterous parlor tale.
But why did the people stop believing it?
Why, simply because there was no resurrection to speak of, as was established in fact.
What do you mean by no resurrection?
The police investigated the grave in Lowgate Cemetery and published their findings. The convict's body was found to be buried exactly where it had been following the execution.
No, but that would mean Mr. Drebber must have lied to the police in the newspapers.
That would appear to be the only logical explanation, yes. The young man subsequently vanished from society and nothing has been heard of him since. It's rather striking, then, that he should resurface now, don't you think?
Of course the convicted murderer couldn't really have come back to life. That's not possible. But Drebber's hair is unusually white, and if that really did happen overnight as a result of shock, it's hard to believe the incident was an out-and-out lie. Man, I'm glad my hair doesn't turn white every time I get shot. What do they say about this camera? Oh, he's doing the thruppence thing again. I'm gonna guess he doesn't know anything else. Well, I haven't finished examining this place yet, so... This must be the killer. The fiend knows the professor. Yes, I think so. According to what Madame Tuspel said. He killed 5 victims, all of noble or royal blood. The waxwork's so lifelike, isn't it? Like all the models in this place. I know. Looks like it could start moving at any moment, doesn't it? If only it had a head, that is. Yeah, I mean, zombies can move without heads sometimes. Perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. Ah. Well, obviously the head's missing. So this is the condemned man? Yes, the so-called professor. Then perhaps... his head was chopped off by a guillotine? But unable to find peace, he emerged from his grave as a headless ghost. Do we have to entertain such terrifying ideas, Miss Suzuto? Anyway, I'm sure the model here had a head once. There's a metal fitting for it, see? Then, perhaps Mr. Sholmes absent-mindedly forgot to reattach it. That's an extremely absent-minded detective you're describing, isn't it? Or perhaps, the thief absent-mindedly forgot to include the head when he or she returned it to the museum. And that would be extremely absent-minded thief. I think the thief did that on purpose. They kept the head on purpose so that we couldn't track down the professor. Could there have been some reason why only the head wasn't returned? Well, whatever the reason, it means we don't know what the face of the infamous professor looked like. Oh. There's something caught just inside the convict's jacket here. Looks like a piece of broken glass. Quite a big piece, too. It's very thick, isn't it? About 5 times thicker than normal window glazing, I'd say. Where could such a thick piece of glass come from, I wonder? I suppose it must have been made of thick to increase its strength. But why? Well, perhaps because the glass had to span a particularly wide area, such as in a big building, for example. Ah, well, we've seen a large glass building recently, haven't we? And some of the glass was broken, too. You don't mean... Exactly. The Crystal Tower, the Great Exhibition. But why would glass from the Crystal Tower be lodged inside the waxwork's back jacket? Oh, shit, that raises a lot of questions, don't it? Makes you think, doesn't it? Alright, so we got a piece of broken glass. That's pretty important. Earlier in court, we established that the kinesis experiment was a trick. Now we discover this fragment of glass here in the waxwork. Is it just a coincidence? I don't think there's anything else to examine, actually. This is really making me wish I had that feature from Danganronpa where I can press the button and see what I can examine. No, I think that's everything. I think that's just the head that they can examine. Oh! Oh, it was Gina. What the bleeding Nora, Odo? What have you gone and done? Gina, what are you doing here? I asked Iris and she said this is where you'd be, so... Gina, that's so loud in the museum.
Madame Dispels will have you take a position as a waxwork if you're not careful.
I think there might be a more pressing concern. Well, it still had some flash power left from 6 months ago, so... Alright, Gina, understand. Please, put down the gun. Frickin' gun. Pouty face. Sorry, I got scared. You should try being the one on the other end of the barrel. So what brings you here, Gina? What brings me here? What you think? We found it. We found that dodgy Cove's workshop. What? You found Drebber's workshop? Yep. Toby's nose took me straight there. The boss and the others heading over there, now on a drag, so come on. Here's the address. Got the boss to write out. Oh, thank you, Gina. We'll make our way there at once. Alright then, see you there. And now he's fucking devastated.
Hugo, don't mind me. I'll just stay here, being still.
What?
I know my place. In the exhibit over there.
Oh dear, someone is feeling sorry for himself. Where'd his eyes go? Let's go, Mr. Sholmes. You're coming.
Your words hearten me, I must say. But if I were to shirk my duties here,
Madam would have me pay monetary recompense, and Iris' dinner plate will be empty once more. Forget that. I'll pay you for everything.
Then there's not a moment to lose, my dear fellow. I shall hail a carriage at once.
No offer to share the cost from Mr. Sholmes, then. I should gladly pay half, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you, Miss Suzuto. Right, let's go. A small price you have to pay for the truth, I guess. Holy bot. I don't know what else to say. That looks like... Oh, it's another super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine. We really need a way to shorten that goddamn term, bro.
Indeed it appears so, though only a prototype, naturally.
Ah, you got what you got here, then? Gina, well done for finding this place. And in such little time, you've really made miracles. It's Toby here who's the miracle worker. What the fuck?
Oh, I thought you'd show up before long.
Hello, Inspector. That's one near brow. He looks like he's eating a lemon, or a bag of fish and chips. So, Inspector, is there any sign of the engineer?
Sadly not. We didn't find a soul in here.
Oh, what a shame.
Well, that just means we can examine all we want. Ha ha.
Well, thank you for letting us know about this place and giving us the chance to investigate.
According to what Gina tells me, we only found it thanks to a clue you lot turned up. I wouldn't want to say, go to Paris with a doubt of gratitude unpaid now, would I?
Thank you.
Anyway, if you're hoping to soup around in here, I'd get cracking. Lord Van Zeeks and the forensics team investigations here are on their way here as we speak.
Them again.
I imagine you got the picture by now. They don't take too kindly to lawyer types.
Right.
So then, my dear fellow, let's turn this place upside down whilst we still have the chance. And you, Sholmes? Pardon? They take even less kindly to great detectives than they do lawyers.
Very droll, Gregson, very droll. But you may consider me nothing more than an inconspicuous waxwork model. Right then, let's see what we can find in here. He's looking at it. Alright, well, let's have a look-sees. Let's go left to right, that'll make it easy. What on earth is this? An aeroplane, Mr. Naruhodo. One day, scientists believe it'll allow humans to fly freely in the skies. Is that how the trick will be described, is it? Yeah, well guess what? We still don't have them in the year 2025, bugger all. Sorry? Well, it's actually suspended by a thin, very strong cable, isn't it? Oh, well, this model is, yes, but a real airplane would actually fly high in the sky. While suspended from somewhat even higher in the sky, of course. Because large metal objects obviously can't really stay in the air, mid-air unsupported. So to you the solution is ever taller towers? I mean, unless we're talking about actual airplanes, then I guess that's a different thing. But I thought, like, you know, I could just, like, strap a plane to myself and I could fly. You know, that'd be cool.
Ah, this appears to be most interesting. Yes, most interesting indeed. What did you say?
It's an impressive-looking back massager, that's for sure. I've no doubt that if you hit your shoulders 5 times with that, your aches and pains will go away soon.
It's a Royal Society trophy for excellence in science. A young scientist could wish for no higher honor.
Ah.
Would you like a massage?
No, I'm fine, thank you. I had no idea it was such a grand thing. I think it's becoming increasingly clear that there's much more to this Mr. Drebber than conjuring tricks.
I couldn't agree more, my dear madam.
And how about you, Mr. Naruhodo? Wouldn't you like to take it with you?
For your tired shoulders, of course.
He's not going to let that go, is he? It's curious, though, isn't it? You would expect such an important trophy to be proudly on display somewhere, not haphazardly cast aside. English gentlemen can be quite a mystery at times.
Well, fuck it, we're taking the trophy anyways.
Alright, that all counts as Gregson, right? I don't know. Let's look at this. I'm sorry, Mr. Nahoda, that machine is covered by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. There'd be serious repercussions if you were to examine it from the Crown and the government. Well, everybody's having a look at it. Well, those two don't seem to be holding back.
It's quite hollow inside. No working parts of the device of deception to be seen, my dear fellow.
No loose change dropped on the floor, nothing. Not even a bone for Toby here, my dear fella. British people are very much ruled by their own ideals, aren't they?
I think that's just these two, Miss Suzuto. Fucking so goofy. Wait, can I not examine Gregson? Oh, there's a bundle of arrows. It's a European-style quiver of arrows with steel bolts inside.
Oh, do you suppose?
Crossbow bolts, these? And just the right size for the bow you lot turned up at the exhibition grounds.
In other words...
Yep, that's more evidence to support your theory. It all goes to show that Drebber was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes of the whole scam.
Oh shit, okay. It belongs to Drebber, so we know that now. That's pretty big. Oh wait, there's a door over here.
This door doesn't want to open. Yeah, looks like it's got a pretty hefty lock on it.
There's a special locksmith on his way over from the yard, so hands off till he gets here.
With a permission, Inspector, I can have that lock open in less than a minute.
Well, you don't have permission, and no one's giving it to you.
Look at his fucking side eye, dude. Grayson looked as though he really enjoyed that. Well, there's no sound of anybody on the other side. No, Drebber must have fled at the first sign of danger. Oh, something wrong, Miss Suzuto? Well, I thought I heard a noise from the far side of that door. Well, Gina, did you hear it too? Yeah, I heard it all. What you reckon, Toby?
Right, mind the grease. Whoever's in there, open up. This is Scotland Yard.
Oh my, someone is in there.
Ugh, this rotten bleeding lock.
My dear Gregson, as I said only minutes ago, if only it were countenanced, I could unlock that door in less than a minute.
Fine. I'll take the rat for it. Just get us through that blasted door.
There, you may enter at will.
You've confused minutes with seconds, I think.
Time is of the essence, I feel. What are we waiting for?
Man, the whole gang's here. This is so cool.
Nothing for, I suppose. There's an emergency.
There's a strong possibility that beyond that door is the engineer you will seek. Be prepared for action, my dear fellow.
Man, what are we preparing for, a boss fight or something? Yes. What the shit? What the hell is going on in here? Why is there a stick of dynamite on the floor? What happened in here? Why is everything upside down? Rats, there ain't no one in here after all. But there must be. It was only moments ago that we heard those noises. Maybe that was the sound of Drebber running away. But there's only one door into this room.
And no windows that can afford an escape route. Those skylights are too high.
Well, there's footprints on the ceiling. What's that up there? Are they footprints on the ceiling?
Blow me, what do we have here then?
Oh my god, everybody's just like examining.
Looks like someone was trying to burn something in a hurry.
Oh, that looks like a set of blueprints. To what?
To that Professor Hellbrain's barmy machine, is it? Blimey, if we had these, there'd been no need to muck about it trying to investigate all that scrap metal.
There's something of great interest here, too. This rope was lying on the floor at the foot of that pillar.
A rope? What's significant about that? Was it the rope that hanged the professor?
Never mind. You see, but you do not observe, Mr. Naruhodo.
We must investigate the entire room thoroughly, and before the forensic investigation team arrive too.
Oh wow, this is cool. Also, before I forget, I should examine all of these things, because I never did, and I think now would be a great time to do so. Ah, look here, Miss Suzuto.
Oh yes, the wood's cracked and broken a little. Suppose it fell from such a height.
Yes, from the height at which the balloon was flying, down into the crystal tower below. Fall of about 30 feet, or 9 meters.
Leaving the man inside tragically dead.
Okay, that's good. Man, the first half of this case was, you know, pretty alright, but man, this second half is fucking nuts. Okay, so I think it's just that, right? Just want the one thing to examine? Okay, what about the camera? There's blood inside the camera? What the fuck?
What a wonderful machine.
You really love contraptions like this, don't you?
Oh yes, and anything mechanical I find absolutely irresistible.
Almost irresistible, surely.
Well, whenever I see a pocket watch, for example, I can't help myself. I simply have to take it apart.
That's worrying.
Yes, Father tells the time by the rumblings of his stomach now. He's given up having a watch.
Poor Professor Mikotoba. Oh, we got another person to add to the poor list.
Look, Mr. Naruhodo.
What is it?
On the bellows just here, there seems to be some very dark red stains.
Yes, you're right. Looks like blood, actually.
Oh my.
I'm sure it's not what you're thinking. So there's a dark staining. I'm assuming it's blood. Like, what else could it be? Ooh. Oh, look, the cover came open.
Yes. Now, there should be a glass plate inside. You have to change the plate with each new photograph you want to take, you see?
Is something wrong?
There's no plate. It's been removed.
Oh, what a pity. But I suppose if you think about it, this wouldn't be the actual camera that was used at the time, just like the waxwick isn't actually the actual person. So you'd never found the photographic print of the executed convict coming back to life anyway.
Oh, yes, you're quite right, of course.
Poor Suzuto-san. She looks devastated. Oh, now Suzuto-san's poor. Alright, I think that's everything. Unless there's something on the sides. Which, maybe, I don't know. Okay, what about the glass? This piece of glass is almost as thick as it is wide.
Yes, I've never seen anything quite like it.
If you were to compare it to a human, only Mr. Sholmes has such thick skin.
There's really no need for such a comparison, Mr. Naruhodo, as you well know.
Anyway, it can only be from the Crystal Tower, surely.
Yes, I think so too. It was probably made especially to meet the demands of the great structure.
Okay. It's a little see-through, too, which looks kind of neat. Just a little, though. Just a little see-through. Whenever I hear about the Crystal Tower, it always makes me think about Crystal Tokyo from Sailor Moon. What about this? There's a little metal plate plaque here. Here, look. Fostering burgeoning talent for the future of scientific discovery. Seems rather ironic, doesn't it? But clearly Mr. Drebber was a really talented scientist. Can I open the trophy? No? There's actually not that much here with the trophy itself. Okay. Oh my god, there's so much shit to examine. It's crazy.
Almost every piece of furniture is upside down.
Even Mr. Sholmes' suite isn't even in this much of a mess.
You're in no position to comment on the mess, Mr. Naruhodo.
But I suppose it's not quite the same thing, is it? I mean, it's not messy in here, per se. It's that everything's literally upside down.
But why?
Okay, well, let's look at that TNT. Mr. Sholmes, have you found something?
Ah, Mr. Naruhodo, yes, in point of fact, something rather fascinating. What do you make of this?
Let's see. I've never seen anything like it before. It looks like a bundle of thick cigars wrapped up in a large... Ah! Miss Suzuto, what's the matter?
That's a... Surely that's a time bomb, isn't it?
What did you say?
Time bomb?
Sorry, but... What is a time bomb exactly?
You truly are one of a kind, Mr. Naruhodo.
I won't take that as a compliment.
You don't know nothing, do you, Odo?
You haven't got a clue what it is either, have you, Gina?
I invite you to consult the dictionary later, Mr. Naruhodo. But this particular specimen is no time bomb, though I confess it has a very similar appearance.
Oh well, thank goodness. But then, what is it?
I see. So that's it.
Goodness, Mr. Sholmes, have you seen through to the heart of the matter?
There are times when I consider my lot most unfair, for I'm fated never to know how it feels to flounder as you do when a puzzle presents itself. But I have learned to accept the hardships that come with being a great detective, Miss Suzuto.
Or are we gonna do a fucking dance here? Here we go. I feel a great deduction coming. Oh yeah, here we go. 2 in 1 case, man.
Once again, I can draw 2 conclusions from the scene we see before us. The first is that the invented nature of the furniture in this room is the work of Drebber himself.
Oh, but how could you? Also, I just noticed something. Holy shit. You guys see that green balloon at the top left? That's the fucking mystery balloon that was flying that day.
And the second conclusion is that the small device on the floor there is without question completely genuine.
Please, Mr. Sholmes, you must explain everything.
It would be a pleasure. After all, it is a great detective's civic duty to teach Scotland Yard the finer points of the trade.
Well, Inspector Gregson seems to lie with the idea anyway.
Ha 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 ha!
Oh, you deflected the inspector's glare with such fortitude there, Mr. Sholmes. Well done.
You're too kind, my dear madam. I hereby dedicate the great deduction to you. Kindly stand just there, Miss Suzuto.
Oh, yes. I'd be delighted.
So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular.
Alright, here we go. Banger music. Aw, Susan just standing there. How adorable.
It's plain to see this room is in complete disarray. The bed, the table, and the chairs, and the lamp, everything's upside down. Almost as if every item in this room had until recently been happily positioned on the ceiling, before falling straight down onto the floor.
That already seems like a fucking farce.
Every item in the room is on the ceiling? Are you suggesting that...
Indeed, the key here...
Oh my god.
is gravity.
Bro, look at him just walk through it.
It would appear that technology has at last succeeded in freeing us from the great pull of the Earth.
Wait, can I just sit on this screen and everything's gonna go up? Hold on, I gotta see this play out. Is it gonna keep rising up? Oh my god, it's still going. It's still going. No, hold on, I gotta keep watching this. This is funny. It's still going. Oh my god. There's no fucking way. Miss Suzuto's just like stunned that it's still going up. Oh my god, it's still going. Oh wait, no, I think it's stuck now. Okay, hold on, I'm just taking a sip.
but the gravity in this room was reversed and then suddenly restored to normality.
Goodness.
The inverted furniture clearly reveals the truth about the part gravity played in this whole business.
The bidney.
I quite understand your skepticism, Miss Caesarto. I too was incredulous at first. However, my conviction in my analysis was cemented when I observed this. An anti-gravity device, almost identical to one that featured in a dream of mine only the other day, in fact.
I like her boots. Oh, there he goes again. He's flying.
But then why does it have a clock on it?
A most relevant question indeed. That is a timing device that controls when the gravity direction will switch.
Oh. Maybe?
There was clearly a requirement for the engineer to be able to restore normal gravity automatically. And the commotion we heard earlier from the other side of the door was the moment that restoration occurred. Yes, the reason why everything in here has been turned upside down is because of the anti-gravity device. So you see, we need look no further to explain the state in which we find this we now find this room. The direction in which gravity acts here was reversed by Mr. Drebber, before being restored to normality in automatic fashion sometime later by the timer device. I have witnessed precisely this scene in a dream I once had when I fell out of bed. Missing engineer. Now, let us consider the next conundrum. What was our engineer friend's aim? Indubitably, the greatest clue we have to explain his actions is above our heads. Yes.
Oh, yes. How is it possible that there are footprints all the way up there in the ceiling?
A question whose answer will lead us neatly to the truth, my dear madam. The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby skylight. Of course, Drebber's aim was singular, to escape. However, there's but one way into this room, excepting the skylight, that is.
Ah.
Oh my god. he fucking flipped himself. Mode 7 graphics.
By inverting the gravity in here, Drebber was able to fall conveniently to the ceiling and make his escape via the otherwise inaccessible skylight, leaving those footprints behind on the way.
How?
But the ceiling in here is very high, Mr. Sholmes. If the gravity reversal was sudden, wouldn't Mr. Joe have fallen up to the ceiling rather violently?
Falling up is both scientifically and philosophically rather interesting concept, I feel. But the man was cornered with nowhere to run, so escaping through the skylight was his only option. You may recall that I found this item in the room earlier, which I believe offers a solution.
Oh, the rope.
To reach the intended destination, what better tool than this rope? By anchoring one end to the wall, this man was able to lower himself safely to the ceiling.
What about the balloon? Might be the balloon, I don't know.
Which explains how Drebber was able to escape this room before our arrival. He reversed the pull of gravity and fled via the skylight. And personally, I should very much like to reverse the pull of gravity again now, just for fun. Escaped via the skylight. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this topsy-turvy puzzle.
What about Yoshi's topsy-turvy? The duality of man. Gregson being flustered, and Gina and Susan just smiling. She's completely spellbound. Mr. Sholmes, there's just one thing that troubles me.
I would expect nothing less. You're destined to be troubled by just one thing for the rest of your life.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny. That's a good like roast, honestly. You're troubled to be bound by one thing for what the fuck was the line? You're destined to be trolled by just one thing for the rest of your... That's a fucking good roast. Thing is such a thing actually possible? An anti-gravity device, I mean?
I would say that with man's current scientific knowledge at the turn of the 20th century, it's no more possible than instantaneous kinesis.
But your whole deduction hinges on it.
Ah, but my dear fellow, when you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. However improbable it may seem. It's a marvelous line, wouldn't you agree? One of my more endearing pearls of wisdom. I had Iris come up with the exact phrasing. My original was clumsy.
Yes, I had a feeling I'd read in something of Miss Suzuto let me once.
Objection!
She's objecting? What the fuck? Actually, there is one thing, Mr. Sholmes. I still find that so weird, because that Miss Suzuto's like one of the only assistants to have like objection and hold it voice lines. I think the only other character to have that is Maya in the Phoenix Wright and Layton crossover, which is kind of weird because she doesn't have it in any of the other games. I mean, if you want to count Athena Sykes as your assistant, then I guess she counts too, but I don't know, I'm really stretching there. Ah, the spell's broken at last. The rope you found was on the floor, wasn't it?
Indeed it was, in lonely coils near the wall.
But if Mr. Drebber had used it to escape in the way you described, wouldn't it still be tied to the wall?
Mysteries inevitably unravel in the end, as I think you'll find, do ropes. And as evidence of such, you need only look at the mystery we found in this room, now skillfully unraveled.
That argument's as circular as the coils of rope.
I think perhaps I might need to give Mr. Sholmes the usual little helping hand. I'm sure with some minor corrections, the great detective's great deduction will lead us to the truth.
Yes, you're right. And we must do it quickly, before Enoch Drebber gets too far away.
If you're ready, then let us resume. Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. Again. So many times. We've done this like 3 times already. Bloody hell. Come on.
Alright, well, let's see what we can find with this. By the way, I actually put this song into trash recently, because it's just so good. Great Ace Attorney music fits pretty well in trash, honestly. Alright, well, we're just getting back here. The fucking furniture. Bro, I still can't get over him just fucking walking through the furniture, rising like that. So funny. Alright. The inverted furniture clearly reveals the truth.
To think gravity could have been reversed in this very room, I find the whole idea utterly enthralling. Only Mr. Sholmes could conceive such an explanation.
But the man himself admitted it was a scientific impossibility, so...
Yes, you're quite right. We must completely discount the idea at once.
Ooh, that's unusually merciless of you, Miss Suzuto.
When you've eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. The great detective himself said so, didn't he?
While refusing to part with his dreams of anti-gravity devices.
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, let's see if examining this topsy-turvy scene a little more closely reveals some proof that shows exactly what the gravity in this room was or wasn't all doing. There's so much shit to look at, though, like, God. The large safe. Ah, look, Miss Suzuto. When everything seems to be upside down in here, this safe is conspicuously right way up.
Yes, that's true. But look more closely at the safe's feet.
It's like bolted to the ground. It's very large bolts fixing it to the floor. Think before you speak, that's what you wanted to say, isn't it? I really put my foot in my mouth there.
I certainly didn't say that.
Okay, I don't know if it's the safe. Well, there's the inverted furniture.
All the furniture in here is very conspicuously upside down, certainly.
Yes, it does immediately put you in mind of some sort of straight quirk of gravity, I admit.
Ah, could that be a mini whirlwind that passed through here, do you think?
I'm not sure that's much more plausible than Mr. Sholmes' explanation.
Oh dear. Saying the first thing that comes in your head isn't the way forward here, it seems.
Okay, so it's not the furniture. All of this is actually inverted furniture. Well, what the hell else is there? There's a book. Is there only 2 things in here? Is it just the furniture and the large safe? That can't be right. It has to be more complicated than that. Alright, fuck it. Let's just do the large safe and see what happens.
Take that!
No, it's not the safe. What the fuck else could it be then? Unlike every other piece of furniture in this room, this safe is not upside down. So, a reverse in gravity can't be the reason for the state of this room.
Mr. Naruto, I implore you to observe more closely. As you can see, the safe's feet's firmly bolted to the floor, saving it from any effects of gravity.
Oh, so it is.
But there's one thing we can learn from your misguided conclusion. A good deduction is no mean feat.
Can we at least make jokes at my expense funny? Can I look up, actually?
If the reverse of gravity...
Oh, I think we're... Oh.
Perhaps we can prove it didn't occur?
Well, to prove a hypothesis wrong.
The easiest way is just to find an obvious exception.
Let's have another good look around. Can I look up? Well, what the fuck else is there? Because I only see 2 things here. I only see the furniture and the safe. So that's why I'm confused. What the bookcase? What the hell else is there? I'm so confused. The vase. Wow, that's a really deep cut answer.
Well, wasn't expecting to find a pretty bunch of flowers here, that's for sure. Ah, look at that.
I know, that slender little vase looks like it's about to topple at any moment, but the flowers are thriving. Somehow makes you think of the fragility of life, don't would you say?
To be honest, Mr. Naruto, something else about it made a rather deep impression on me.
Okay, let's try the vase. Wow, that was a deep cut. I had to search really hard for that. The upright vase clearly reveals the truth about the part of gravity at play in the whole business.
Upon my word, Mr. Naruto, you've surpassed yourself by completely turning my argument on its head. Trying to impress your assistant here, perhaps?
No one's trying to steal your spotlight here, Mr. Sholmes, trust me. His fucking face is so funny.
As you rightfully say, though it appears at first glance that all the furniture in this room's upside down.
This unassuming slender vase is standing keenly to attention.
And unlike the large safe, there's nothing affixing it to the floor.
And it's exception that breaks the rule.
In short, much as it pains me, the gravity of this room was never inverted at all.
My deepest sympathies for your loss.
Oh, poor Mr. Sholmes.
Oh, now he's poor. Everybody's poor. That's gonna be the title of the episode, I think. Everybody's poor. Might as well just name the episode that, honestly. Alright.
But the show must go on, so let's continue with our deductions. Now we're back to this again, blah blah blah. Now that we know that what this contrivance is not in fact an anti-gravity device, there remains but one other possibility.
You don't say.
Someone deliberately turned over every piece of furniture in here.
Which might sound obvious, but leaves one mystery very much unsolved. Namely, why would anyone choose to do that?
Quite, and naturally there's an explanation.
Yes, the reason. Okay, so now we're back here again. He's absolutely determined that this device must have something to do with it, isn't he?
I'm afraid the lure of exciting scientific explanation is too strong.
Well, there's no doubt that somebody did this. Somebody turned all the furniture over. So whoever it was must have had a reason.
I'm afraid nothing comes to mind at all, though.
Well, let's look around and see if the answer presents itself. Okay, well, we could look at the device. We've already established that gravity wasn't actually averse in here, have we? In other words, this isn't an anti-gravity device at all.
Which makes me very curious to know what sort of device it is. But I think for now it's clear that we're looking for an answer elsewhere.
Okay. But safe combination? The fuck? Look, there's something written on the other side of this armchair.
Oh yes, safe 432582.
Safe, as in safe and secure?
As in secure lockable box, I think.
So was he like flipping over everything to find the frickin' safe? Admittedly, more likely.
Well, there is a large safe bolt to the floor on the other side of this room, so yes.
So you mean this number would let us open it?
I wonder why it's written here, though.
Oh, okay, let's try that.
Take that!
He was flipping over everything. Yes, the reason why everything in here has been turned over upside down is because of the safe combination.
Precisely. I believe, Mr. Naruto, that you had a very similar experience once, did you not?
Yes, last year. When I brought a lottery ticket and nailed the ticket number down inside the cover of a book just in case.
That's it. For people of forgetful souls at heart, and always make a written note of important information.
Just keeping the ticket itself safe would be more sensible, I think.
And what, pray, happened next, Mr. Naruto?
When the day of the draw came round, I'd forgotten which book I'd written the number in, and had turned my room upside down to find it.
So that's it. For people of forgetful souls at heart, and always forget where they noted things down.
Not if you always note things down in the same place.
I actually won the second prize, you know. But I couldn't remember which magazine I slipped the ticket into, so I had to...
Thank you, Mr. Naruto. I believe I proved my point now.
He's doing the fucking eye thing. I think the thing I always find really funny about these deductions is whenever Ryunosuke like points out like where Sholmes is wrong, Sholmes always just passes it off as like, oh yeah, I knew that. I fucking knew that.
He's like, exactly, I knew that, of course. Which is that a very similar scenario has clearly unfolded in this room.
Finding himself requiring access to the safe, the occupant of this room needed the combination code. He remembered that he had written it on the underside of a piece of furniture, but forgot which one.
Leading to the state in which we now find the room.
Well, how the fuck do you forget you written it on your damn sofa? Like, how?
Yes, Mr. Drebber overturned all the furniture in here. In a desperate hurry to locate the combination code that will unlock the safe.
Well, at least we figured that one out. Surprisingly, I've been streaming for 2 hours almost, and I'm not really that tired. Man, if only I had this kind of energy all the damn time.
Now, let us consider the next conundrum. What was our engineer friend's claim, or aim?
Okay, so now we're basically still trying to prove he somehow landed up there. Imagine he had a fucking grappling hook or something. Alright, here we go again. Oh my god, there's 2 Suzutos on the screen. That looks really funny. That could honestly be a thumbnail. Oh, man, it's so tempting to make that the thumbnail, because that looks so funny. Fuck it, I might actually do that.
Well, if a change in the direction of gravity can't explain it, then how did those footprints get there?
Yes, I feel as though the particular mystery had just become even harder to solve.
I can't think of any other way to explain it at all. Ooh, life was so much more simpler in the halcyon days when gravity could be reversed.
It was minutes ago, and those halcyon days never existed in the first place.
Well, I suppose we must simply put our faith in Mr. Sholmes and observe the area in more detail.
Putting our faith in Mr. Sholmes is what gets us into these situations in the first place. Well, the balloon seems pretty important. This is a gas balloon, isn't it? It's tiny, but it does seem to be a real balloon.
Yes, I think you're right. I think it's helium that's keeping it up.
Green gas balloon? Why does that seem to ring a bell with me?
If you can see, there are footprints on this balloon too. Look.
Oh yes, surely that's a clue, isn't it? Though what it tells us, I'm not sure. Can I present the balloon then?
Take that!
Oh fuck, no, I was too hasty. It's not the balloon. Being able to fly freely in the sky, that has been mankind's dream for centuries. And of course, the balloon's the invention that's made the dream come true. Mr. Drebber, clearly a man of dreams, used the balloon to ascend to the ceiling and plant his feet on the roof. I take no pleasure in delivering bad news, but the undeniable truth is, it's clearly too small. What? I knew you were going to say that. My dear fellow, then you're twice the fool. If people could fly in such small balloons, why would anyone ever manufacture larger ones? I despair your lack of common sense at times. That really hurts, coming from you. Hey, I mean, it's really funny, though, that every single object has a wrong answer dialogue, which is pretty funny. There's footprints up there on the ceiling really are a puzzle.
And as I said close to the skylight, it really is very hard to believe the two are unrelated.
But perhaps we need to approach this from a different angle. Well, what other angles are there, exactly? Well, there is the skylight we can have a look at. Looks like these are the only windows in the room. In other words, if you wanted to escape without using the door, these skylights would be the only way.
Yes, that's right. But even so...
And right next to the only escape route, we know some telltale footprints.
Nevertheless, as we've said many times now, gravity can't explain how they got there.
But powerful springs in the soles of man's shoes could.
Have you been having strange dreams as well, like Mr. Sholmes?
Well, there's only so many... Wait, oh, what the fuck? There's a shoe up here. Dude, another deep cut. It's hard to believe, but there's a shoe up there, look.
Oh yes, and there are more footprints on this little balloon too. Perhaps the shoe was thrown up there and became lodged. What do you think?
If so, then judging from the number of footprints, it must have been thrown up there several times. Why would anyone be throwing shoes up at the ceiling, though? Was he trying to break the fucking window?
Oh dear, that's beyond me, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Do the shoe. The nearby shoe. Oh shit, now the music's improving. The reason there are footprints on the ceiling is because of the nearby shoe. And on closer inspection, there are clearly footprints all over the balloon as well. In other words, the aim was never the skylight at all, but the balloon. But why?
But for what purpose?
A green balloon, that seems somewhat familiar, Dana.
Ah,
It was a piece of the green balloon's envelope that Mr. Narhone and Iris found at the scene.
and inside the green balloon that Mr. Gotts claimed he saw above the stage when the incident occurred was the second birdcage, the crux of the whole instantaneous kinesis deception.
You mean to say...
If we assume the balloon in there is a model of the one used on that day, there's a strong possibility something may be concealed inside of it. Something our absconder was desperate to retrieve before making his hasty getaway.
But the balloon's out of reach.
Hence why he resorted to a projectile, namely the shoe.
Ah,
Most probably Drebber intended to tear a hole in the envelope by sailing it with the shoe. However, his efforts were thwarted when the shoe itself became a prisoner of those lofty heights.
Oh dear, we desperately need to examine that balloon. If only there was some other way we could see inside.
You may recall that I found this in the room earlier, which I believe offers a solution.
Oh, the rope!
To reach the intended destination, what better tool than the rope?
Mr. Sholmes has managed to bring the deduction back to the rope.
alright, I have to admit, that was clever. So we just throw the rope up to the balloon and then pull it down to us on the ground.
Which is much easier said than done, I feel. And could take us a very long time as well.
True. Perhaps we need a more surefire method. In fact, we already have one, of course, don't we? Oh, we do? Well, guys, I have, some cookies coming either today or tomorrow, so that's some delightful news. Because, we're currently having a snowstorm right now on fucking March 28th. So, that's kind of annoying. So I don't really want to go shopping in this kind of weather, so I just have some cookies and milk coming. And, you know, to be honest, I'm probably not going to go shopping for another few days, because God knows that snow's going to take a while to disappear. But anyways, I digress. What would be better to use than the rope? I don't know. The balloon? Well, we're trying to prove how we get to the balloon. The birdcage? The screwdriver? The the crossbow.
Take that!
Duh. That makes sense. He shot the balloon down. To reach the intended destination, what better tool to use than this crossbow?
That was found at the scene, in fact.
And in all likelihood, belongs to Mr. Drebber.
If the man had only brought it up with him that day, he could have avoided losing a shoe at such a critical time as this.
Oh, is that it?
So, shall we? Your curiosity is deeply stirred, no doubt, my dear fellows. What is it that Mr. Enoch Drebber had hidden inside that balloon?
Boom. Oh.
Ah!
What the? A waxwick?
Indeed it is. A waxwick had inside a metal mask. The mask is shut tight and fastened with a strong, quite impenetrable lock.
So we can't see the face inside, that means.
Just a moment. This is the head of a waxwick model? Does that mean... Oh, goodness.
I see you've joined the dots, Miss Suzuto. Excellent.
Oh, of course. A headless waxwick model. The case of the abducted Madame Dispels model that you'd largely solved. It was only the head of the killer that was still missing.
Indeed it was. But I believe Madame Dispels will now have to settle her sizable account with me. This, as you have now surmised, is the head of the infamous professor.
Yes. But why is it here?
This conclusively confirms my suspicions. The man responsible for stealing the professor from Madame Dispels and returning it sans dette earlier today was none other than Enoch Drebber.
That's funny, because tête means head in French. This is incredible. Professor Harebrain's case and the waxwick adoption are... they're inextricably linked by Enoch Drebber's workshop. Alright. Is it possible we can take the metal casing off to find out what's behind it?
Well, it appears our logical pleasure cruise has come to an end, my dear fellows. All that remains is, yes, to speak with the architect of this adventure.
Oh, here's the third act song.
The architect?
You mean Mr. Drebber?
As it seems quite impossible they escaped via one of the skylights. Obviously, the man must still be here in this room.
What?
And his location should be abundantly clear. If you simply reflect on the journey we've made together during this deduction.
Enoch Drebber's right here, somewhere in this room. Oh, how funny would it be if he's inside the safe?
So, Mr. Naruto, will you do the honors?
Yes, of course. Mr. Drebber's hiding place must be... He's inside the safe. I don't know. That'd be funny, though. Look at all that mess in front of the safe.
Yes, plans and accounting ledgers.
Almost as if somebody was in a hurry to empty the contents of the safe, in fact. Oh, what about this wardrobe? If you need to hide, there's no better place than a wardrobe. I stand firmly by that.
Ah, yes, you had some experience of that yourself a year ago, didn't you?
We'll find him there, mark my words. He'll be curled up in a ball, trembling and hungry. In fact, my own hand's trembling, just thinking about making a discovery. Never mind, Mr. Naruto. He could be hiding somewhere else, you know? I'm going with my instinct. I'm going to do with a fucking safe.
Take that!
Oh my god, it's the fucking safe? No way. Before we gained access to this back room, we heard noises from in there. Which tells us that the engineer was still in the building at that point in time. He was in fact searching for the combination to his safe. And pressed for time, made no attempt to right the furniture that he'd overturned in the process. From which we deduce is his search for the combination happened very recently indeed. In summary, Mr. Enoch Drebber. Is at this very moment inside the safe. What is this, fucking Bowser's Inside Story? Bowser gets stuck inside the safe? Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this topsy-turvy puzzle. Nope, he's inside the safe. He's still here. Holy shit. That is hilarious. So, Mr. Naruto, I think perhaps it's time we ended this game of hide-and-seek, don't you? By opening the safe, you mean? What else? Let's see. The combination was 14325582. I knew that. Alright then, here goes. Oh my god. You found me. Sonic much? What the hell is bro doing? Is bro like a machine? He's the T-1000?
Right then, sir. Mr. Enoch Drebber, I presume? Correct.
You better start talking. You tricked Professor Hairbrain with that bogus machine you built. And you shall have to explain the theft of the waxwork from Madame Tuspel's as well.
Whilst I would be delighted to answer your many questions, personally, I would advise that you deactivate my little parcel first.
Deactivate? Your parcel? What, you're buying more parcels in Atlas Earth?
I refer, of course, to the time bomb. I left it in a most prominent position.
Ah.
I see. Stunned silence. You're all gearing up to die with me, then?
No. Mr. Sholmes, with only 7 seconds to spare. That was too close for comfort. I've got 1 foot in the grave already.
Are you trying to help us get a killer or get us killed?
Mr. Sholmes' deductions can be completely life-altering, can't they? Well, my dear fellows, that was a close shave. Wow, so that time I went to go take a piss, it didn't matter. Or it did matter, I guess, because we would have had way more time left if I didn't go pee. The resemblance to an anti-gravity device is really quite startling, I must say. Anti-gravity devices don't exist. Wouldn't push it, Mr. Sholmes. Alright, hey, what do you think about my armband? It might surprise you to learn that I'm actually a lawyer from the Empire of Japan.
I detest lawyers. They wield so-called special powers in an attempt to grind down our freedoms. Yes, let me be quite clear. I detest lawyers very much.
Any chance 2 negatives make a positive? Well, we have a lot to possibly present. Mr. Drebber, look at this, please. Do you, have anything to say about it? Are those strange mechanical movements supposed to be some sort of answer? Bro is the fucking Terminator after all. he's still dancing. You have nothing to say about— oh my god, it looks really funny when you fast forward it. Whoop. I'm gonna keep doing this, it's funny. Whoop. Anything else? Dude, we're at the point where we have so much goddamn shit to present. Hey, I mean, on the bright side, at least this case isn't Rise from the Ashes, because don't you get like 5 damn pages of evidence in that case? Oh man. He has nothing to say about his own photograph. Wow, he just has nothing to say, really. He's gonna keep dancing for us though. Okay, what about this waxwork head? Okay, nothing interesting. Gotcha. Alright, well, let's converse then. What on earth happened in here?
You found me, haven't you? No need to screw me down any further. Everything in here is precisely what it seems.
Yeah, well, we'll be giving it a thorough going over, don't you worry, Drebber.
What fails to click with me is how you were able to locate my workshop. That I was not expecting. When I heard whistling from the other room, I knew it was time to bolt.
Whistling?
Oh, that would have been me.
Oh.
For some reason, I woke in fine fettle today.
No words, just tightly squeezed chips.
Clearly, I must have a screw loose though, as I couldn't remember the combination for the safe. And another one loose, as I couldn't remember on which piece of furniture I'd written it down.
We also found a rope over by the wall.
Yes, I'd hoped to exit through the skylight, but sadly, the rope was too short. So I then set about searching for the combination code to open the safe.
And burning the incriminating blueprints, don't forget. Regrettably, though, you failed to retrieve the head from the balloon among the rafters.
And after that, you hid yourself inside the safe, having first set this parcel ticking.
Well, I had no intention of being nailed by the police.
Was he gonna kill himself?
Got a death wish, have you? Hiding right beside a ticking time bomb.
Please, why do you suppose I chose to hide inside the safe? It's no ordinary safe. It's specially designed. A dynamite explosion won't leave a scratch on it.
So in fact, the safe was the only safe place.
Precisely.
But once you climbed inside, you wouldn't be able to get out again.
I invite you to look more closely. The safe is fitted with a handle on the inside to allow the door to be unlocked from within.
Ah, so it is.
I had always intended to blow this place to smithers in any case. I just wasn't expecting uninvited guests to come along and screw up my plans.
Do you mean to say you're planning to blow us all up?
No, that was unforeseen.
What do you mean?
Most people run, you see, when they see a ticking time bomb at their feet.
Ah,
I calculate the time required for retreat to a safe distance and set the device accordingly. But your seeming endless discourse in here threw a spanner into the works.
his fucking side eye.
Is something wrong, Gregson? Do I have something on my face besides the usual eyes, ears, nose, and mouth?
I think we have a fairly good idea of what's going on here now. But what about the 2 incidents you've evidently been involved in recently? Professor Hairbrain's instantaneous kinesis experiment at the Great Exhibition, and the waxwork model you stole, which this head belongs to.
That's no ordinary head, you know. That's the head of the Professor. Clad in a mask with a lock so strong I'm unable to open it safely to reveal the killer's identity. I've been considering carrying it around as protection. That's enough.
Oh. That's her. What's going on here, Gregson? I'm sure you're aware that I have sole jurisdiction to investigate here.
Yes, well...
Dr. Scythe again. So the forensic investigation team are here. And you know full well this engineer is a key witness. Why are you all allowing this lawyer to access to him? If Lord Strongheart knew of this, you'd be finished. You lot, leave at once.
My dear madam, there's no need for such a threatening tone, I assure you. After all, there's no way to create an old acquaintance, is it, Dr. Scythe?
Hello, Sholmes.
Mr. Sholmes knows Dr. Scythe? If it's protecting the machine next door that's causing such a sour expression on your face, you're quite misguided. It's really nothing more than a shell you...
Get out.
But of course, we'll show ourselves the door. I see you haven't softened at all. Mr. Naruhodo?
Yes?
It would appear that our delightfully entertaining investigation has run the course today.
But Mr. Sholmes...
Let us to leave this place in the doctor's capable hands.
I said get out. Now, all of you. Your presence here is not required either. Gregson?
Understood. But I'll just say this one thing before I head off. If it wasn't for this lawyer and his companions, we'd never have found this place, and the whole workshop could have been blown to bits. There was a time bomb sitting here that this lot disarmed.
Inspector.
Something giving you a chuckle, has it, Drebber? Ah, so sorry. Didn't mean to offend. You're quite right, of course. You did disarm the time bomb, didn't you? Yes, you did disarm that one.
Eh? What are you... That one? You mean...
Oh shit. There's another one? Oh shit. Wow, that's a mind fuck. It was an hour later that we heard the news of the enormous explosion that ripped through the experimentation stage of the Great Exhibition. Professor Hairbrain's invention and all its secrets were blown away forever.
Alright then, keep your secrets.
Oh shit, to be continued. No, I wanna know what happens. Fuck. I'm too invested in this. Are we doing the trial now? Oh, there we go. Trial part 3. Yeah, I want to just see the start of the trial, actually. The Old Bailey. It's October 24th now, wow. And when did we get here? Back in January? Good morning to you, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, good morning, Professor. Ready for today's proceedings? I hope so. I should be. Even I, with nothing left to...
Good morning, my dear fellows.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you're here.
Why, naturally, a true gentleman stands shoulder to shoulder with his friends in battle at all times.
Thank you, I really appreciate it. I'll see you later then. Now, Professor, we really need you to remain calm in this courtroom today. Yes, do try your hardest not to enter the witness stand uninvited again.
Yeah, I will. I realize it was a mistake, but... my dear fellows, I must interject.
I love how we keep flip-flopping between the songs. Oh, you're still here, Mr. Sholmes. What's the matter?
Surely you've overlooked some praise, have you not? To be cast in my direction, hmm?
Sorry, I don't follow.
Must I spell it out? I, the great Herlock Sholmes, the greatest detective of worldwide acclamation, arose at some ungodly hour to be here now, first thing in the morning. A miracle, you must agree.
Well, if I must agree, then...
As you know, my sleep is quite impregnable. Iris had to employ her full gamut of tactics. She pulled the covers off, shook me, poked both cheeks, punched me, kicked me from the bed. Then she poured boiling cup of her latest experiment on my face, and at last I was bested.
Oh my, Iris has been busy. Iris doesn't have it in her to go that far. She's too nice.
Ah, I sense the spirit of a fellow scientist. One must relish in the infinite possibilities of blending tea. I'm the one worthy of praise here, not Iris. This is my victory.
Sorry to cut in. Oh.
Oh, hey, it's me.
Oh, Inspector Gregson. Good morning.
Gregson, my dear fellow, why the grim expression at this delightfully early hour?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe because I've been confronted with a grim expression, eh?
Dear me, are you going to take that insult line down, Professor?
What? I don't know.
Poor Professor. Oh, he's poor too now.
Anyway, here's the paperwork you asked for.
What paperwork?
Ah, I took the liberty of requesting it yesterday. I have a feeling it may prove useful.
You wouldn't believe the hoops I had to jump through to get this brought out of the archives. It's the professor's autopsy report.
That mass murders? Who killed 5 members of the aristocracy?
He was found guilty in a closed trial 10 years ago. Now, it was all under wraps. And he was quickly executed soon after the trial. It's all in here.
Ah, fun. I'll have a look at that next episode, I think, though. I don't know what to say. Thank you, Inspector.
Yes, much obliged, Gregson.
Us lowly lot in the yard are just doing what we can. In the shadow of the great detective Sholmes, of course.
Well then, Professor Hairbrain, this is it. Today we're going to lay all this to rest at last. I wish you the best of luck, Professor.
I suppose he'll be in there today, will he? Drebber?
Yes, we expect the prosecution to summon him as a witness.
I'm still amazed you managed to find him in just one day. I really owe you both so much.
Counsel and the defendant. The trial's about to resume. Kindly make your way to the courtroom at once.
Why the violins? It's just that we're going to the courtroom. This is it then, the final chapter. Funny. My heart's racing a little. I've not felt this before, actually. This strange foreboding, as if something going to happen in this trial that I'm not ready for. But I can't let that distract me from the only thing that really matters. Finding the truth. Alright, well. The Old Bailey courtroom. Alright, well. I think this is probably the perfect time to end the episode, then. We had a pretty long one. I think, honestly, this long episode definitely makes up for my shorter one last time. So anyways, guys, as always, make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. And I guess in the next episode, we'll do the trial. I have no idea how long it's going to be. It's probably going to be like 3 to 4 hours worth. That seems to be the general consensus on how long these trials are. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully you guys are too. So I'll see you guys then.